Hey everyone, what's up? It's Ash here from Different. It's been a while since I did my last vlog, and I thought it was time for an update. Consistency is probably key when it comes to vlogging, but it's been tough to stay consistent, really. There's been so much going on that it's ended up at the bottom of the priority list. So yeah, give you a bit of an update over the last couple of months and as to what happened. So the rebrand went live. Yena is now different. You can find all the information about what we now do at different.so. Um, what that allowed me to do was to reposition what the brand is, what the company does, and who we serve. Lots of people were still kind of misunderstanding what we were about before the rebrand, and I think this has really given an opportunity to kind of re-announce ourselves to the world. So that's been good. What Different is doing at the moment is offering a lot of respite for people who are building companies in isolation during lockdown circumstances. Obviously, around the world, circumstances are changing now, and hopefully, we're getting back to some sense of normality. But whilst people are locked up in their bedrooms, kind of working at their home-based desks, trying to build something, anything, either out of passion or out of a need to supplement some income. It's really difficult to know where to go and what to do from a first step to the next step to the last step. And Different is designed to be able to help with that. So just as a recap on what Different does and is and what the pitch is to the world now, Different offers accelerator-like benefits to anybody that wants access to them. Accessing an accelerator is generally kind of granted to people of a certain level of privilege, people that are at least located near those places, if not are able to afford to move and be part of those physical programs and are available for those times during those programs. That often alienates people that have childcare or certain mobility needs or socioeconomic limitations that stop them from moving. So Different is designed to democratize that experience. No application, just a small subscription to get access to the sort of support that you would get in an accelerator. Everything from a startup program to on-demand support from me and the team to support from our professionally qualified partners in accounting, for example. Plus deals and offers on tools that you should be, could be, can be using for your startup to grow, and content that I'm now kind of doubling down on producing to help educate people as part of the Different university content brand. So all of that is being handled by just me. It's a fun game to play, to manage so much with just one pair of hands. That's been a tough challenge, but I've had a quiet week back from Easter break, and I say quiet, just not that many meetings. But it's been great because actually it's allowed me to figure out what to do with growing the team. The company's hit some decent monthly revenue metrics and attracted a good amount of project revenue over the past couple of months since the rebrand. You can find out more about that on Twitter, where I'm tweeting about it fairly publicly. My Twitter account is different Ash. And I'm generally using the hashtag build in public, where there's lots of other people doing something similar. It's really interesting to follow. But because I'm hitting those metrics, it's allowing me to potentially grow the team and think about, okay, who would I bring on next and what are the specific tasks that they're doing. I'll probably talk about that more in a future video because I'm aware I don't want to blab on for too long here, but I'm curious about how to do that in a more innovative way than the way that people generally employ, full time, have people twiddling their thumbs. I want to build a company that rewards people for efficiency and really nails down the things they're good at and rewards them for being good at those things and improving on them too. However, generalism is also important. And so everybody in this company should always be and feel like and act like an entrepreneur in their own right. So building that culture out is going to be really interesting, and I'll keep you updated on that as we go. Fun stuff, the merchandise launched. So yeah, the shop went live. When I first launched the shop, it was broken day one. And I'm glad it was, actually, because I had the pricing slightly wrong. So if everybody had ordered as much as they have since, which is like 500 quid, I think, in the last month, not a huge amount, but it would have cost me money to sell that stuff, which obviously isn't great business practice. It should be there at least breaking even, if not making me a little bit of cash. And just so people know, it's not a huge money maker. It's not a massive profitability piece. It's about getting people wearing our brand, but with clothing that they would otherwise want to wear. I think merchandise is broken generally a lot of the time. People only really wear it to the gym or to bed, and there's not really going to be many people around to see that branding if you're doing that there. I think the sign of a good brand is something that people want to wear by default that just so happens to have your branding on it. And so that's why I'm experimenting with the store. Some of the stuff is a little bit gimmicky, but I want to kind of finesse that over time and start building something that really looks polished and people want to wear and buy, and of course as an extension of our brand. We've started planting trees for every member that joins, and continue to plant one tree every month that a member stays. That's adding, a couple of hundred trees every month now to our bottom line of carbon offsetting. Company's just one person here, so within reason, I think I only need to plant a few trees a month to be able to carbon offset the work that I'm doing here. But actually I wanted to leave the world a better place by building this community, not only because the community exists, but also planetarily. So that's something that I'm really excited about. There is somewhere on the planet, and I can geolocate that thanks to the team at Ecology, a whole forest of trees that exist because people are trying to build businesses through different. So that's generally the update so far. There's been a lot of meetings, lots of conversations, good growth, some good partners coming on board. We just brought on Freshworks for startups. You can check them out through the website and on the partners page. And they're also offering $10,000 worth of credits to everybody in the community for their products, which is a pretty decent deal by anyone's standards. So they generally have software for all purposes. It's definitely something there to be taken advantage of, and obviously for £12 a month to join as a member, £10,000 worth of credits is good maths in anybody's book. So definitely check that out if you get a chance. But yeah, I think the next phase is upon us. What does that look like? Well, bringing in more professional services advisors to the on-demand support channels, meaning that we'll have a viable on-demand support service for anybody that needs it, which is allowing me to go out to co-working spaces and help them provide more of an in-house wraparound support service, or even more like an accelerator service for their co-working spaces. As a result, I'm chatting to universities, venture funds, and co-working spaces, as I say, to try and deliver extra support for their communities where they otherwise don't have capacity. That's going really well at the moment, and hoping to see a lot more kick off soon. We have one high street bank incubator come on board already through that initiative, and another government funded community in London also coming on board, hoping to be able to announce both of those by name very soon. But other than that, yeah, there's obviously lots more going on. Still trying to stay sane during lockdown, which has been tough, but I think, running a lot, trying to get out for walks, and gaming, frankly, has been a good escape mentally, if not physically, during this process. And it's allowed me to kind of continue to socialize with friends, or get that mental space needed to stay fresh. Hasn't been without its challenges, but yeah, post Easter weekend here, just taking it a little bit slow and hit it hard again next week. It's always a conversation of, if everybody else is taking it slow, do I get ahead of the curve and work harder so that by the time they're back, we're ahead of the game? Maybe that's right, and sometimes that's the tact I'll take. But this week it's been if you can't beat them, join them scenario. It's rare to get a chance to have a break, and so if everybody else is kind of doing the same thing this week and in a lull, then I might as well take kind of note from them and do the same myself. So that's what's happening here. Yeah, I think going forwards, I'll be talking a lot more about building out the team, what that looks like in innovative way, versus the norm that you might see of, you know, advertise a job, employ somebody full-time, bring them on board. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Obviously improving the merchandise, of course, improving the product and the experience for different, talking a little bit more about business development and sales. I'm going to be recording a lot more content for the members community, so keep an eye out for that. And also talking about the next phase, phase 3, which may or may not involve a fundraise. I'm just figuring that out at the moment. The final thing worth mentioning is we've just announced a new event series. New event series is happening every 2 weeks over on Roomkey. Used to be called TO, which is one of our member companies who provide a 3D avatar events-based experience online. You don't need a VR headset, you just need a computer or a mobile phone, and yeah, and you can access the event wherever you are in an immersive experience. It's going to be really fun. The first host, so the event series is called Think Different. You can find it on Eventbrite, and the whole idea is that I'm interviewing founders and people who have had entrepreneurial journeys about some of the deeper things that you might not find discussed at other events. The first guest is Matthew Cortland, who runs Cauldron, which is a magic bar and hospitality experience based in London, Manhattan, and expanding globally now. The next guest we have is Ellie Webb, the founder of Kalenio, the non-alcoholic drinks brand, which is now in every Sainsbury's in the UK and growing rapidly. And I'm working on the next few guests following that too. So yeah, lots going on here. As you can imagine, it's a lot for one person to take on, but I'm here for the challenge, if not without a little break in between as of this week. And yeah, just trying to update you while I get a chance on this not so sunny Friday, hence blinds being closed and the lights being on. But thank you all for following the journey. Thanks for your patience on the gap between these videos. It's been quite a long one. I'm hoping to get this up live pretty much instantly now. So if you have any questions, any thoughts, anything else you want to hear about, pop a message or a comment below. And I'll answer them in public because other people might have the same questions too. And we just want to make sure that we can keep this journey as transparent as possible. So thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.